Look! David's voice cracked with fear. Where are we? Please, stop it! He's dying! I shouted, my voice trembling.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Mystery Tales.
It all began on a warm summer night when four close friends decided to escape the noise of the city and spend some time by the mysterious lake, hidden deep in the forest. Their names were David, Mark, Jason, and Alex. They built a small campfire near the water's edge. The flames flickered, throwing strange shadows across their faces as they laughed, shared jokes, and talked about the legends surrounding the lake. Hey, did you guys hear the stories? David said, his voice half joking, half serious. People say strange lights appear above this lake at night. Some even claim they've seen UFOs. Jason chuckled, tossing a twig into the fire. Come on, man. That's just local folklore. People always exaggerate. But Mark leaned in closer, lowering his voice. No, it's true. My uncle told me he once saw something hovering above the water. Bright lights, completely silent, and then it vanished. The fire crackled louder, as if echoing the tension in the seer voices. For a moment, silence fell between them. The night air grew heavier, colder. Alex broke the silence with a grin. Enough ghost stories. Let's take the boat and do some fishing before it gets too late. The others agreed. They pushed the small wooden boat into the dark waters of the lake. The surface was calm, reflecting the faint light of the moon. With each stroke of the oars, they drifted further from the shore, surrounded by silence, except for the gentle rippling of the water. As they sat waiting for a catch, the night seemed unusually quiet. Too quiet. No insects, no frogs, no sound at all. Then suddenly, Jason pointed to the sky. Guys, look! High above them, strange lights appeared. Glowing orbs, moving in patterns no human aircraft could follow. The lights shimmered, brightening and dimming, as if communicating with each other. Mark's voice trembled. This isn't normal. The lights began to descend slowly, casting an eerie glow over the lake. The boat rocked gently as the friends watched in frozen fear. The lights grew brighter, surrounding them completely, until the entire lake seemed bathed in an otherworldly radiance. And then, it happened. A blinding flash, a hum, deep and vibrating, shook their very bones. The friends screamed, shielding their eyes. When the light faded, they were no longer on the boat. The four friends now found themselves lying on cold, metallic tables inside a vast, dimly lit chamber. The air smelled of rust and chemicals, the walls pulsing faintly as if alive. Strange figures, tall, thin beings with black, soulless eyes, moved silently around them. Their long fingers, the room was freezing cold, and the walls seemed alive, pulsating with strange veins, glowing faintly in green. A suffocating stench of chemicals and something rotten hung in the air. Four of us were strapped to metallic tables, cold cuffs digging into our wrists and ankles. I could hear Ethan's panicked breathing beside me. Suddenly, a door slid open with a screech, and tall, gray-skinned beings entered, their enormous black eyes reflecting the faint lights. They carried instruments that looked like twisted blends of surgical tools and machinery from another world. One of them leaned close to me, its breath icy, though it had no mouth to breathe. A voice echoed inside my head.
You will not be harmed, only examined.
But harm was exactly what followed. They inserted a long needle, impossibly thin, straight into Ethan's neck. He screamed in agony as blue liquid coursed beneath his skin, glowing as it spread through his veins. His body convulsed violently. "Please, stop it! He's dying!" I shouted, my voice trembling. Another creature tilted its head, as if curious about my fear, then turned back to its tools. I watched as they cut open Sarah's forearm with a shimmering blade that didn't tear the flesh. It parted it cleanly, like peeling back paper. She was crying, whispering prayers under her breath. "Please, please, let us go." The walls around us shifted, showing strange screens filled with symbols none of us could understand. On them were images, our faces, our organs, our very memories, flashing one by one, as though they were dissecting not only our bodies, but our minds. Then came the sound, a low, vibrating hum that grew louder and louder, drilling into our skulls. I clenched my teeth, feeling like my head would split open. The creatures didn't flinch, they seemed to feed off our terror. One of them hovered over Jake, placing a small, spider-like machine on his chest. The machine crawled slowly, its sharp legs piercing his skin, disappearing into him as he screamed in pure horror. His chest bulged unnaturally, as if something alive was moving inside. I pulled desperately against the cuffs until blood ran down my wrists. "Why are you doing this? We're just kids!" I cried, the voice returned in my mind. Colder, this time.
Because you are useful.
When I finally opened my eyes, the blinding lights and the cold steel of that nightmare laboratory were gone. Instead, I found myself lying on the damp ground, right beside our camp in the forest. My body ached as if every bone had been crushed, and my clothes were soaked with sweat. The fire we had left burning was nothing but dying embers, and the sound of the forest had returned, as if nothing had ever happened. I looked around and saw the others sprawled across the ground, pale, trembling, and as confused as I was. None of us spoke a word. But deep down, we all knew whatever had happened inside that place wasn't just a dream. It was real, and it had marked us forever. My friends, this channel is newly established. Please support me so I can make better videos for you.